जे तू ना फड़दा।
जय गुरुजी। शुक्राना गुरुजी। गुरु पूर्णिमा की सारी संगत को बहुत बहुत बधाई and lots of blessings from Guruji to all of us. I've spoken on the mic many times, but जब सत्संग शेयर करना होता है, it's a whole different ball game because he takes over. So गुरुजी जो बुलवाना है आप बुलवाएं, because सत्संग तो बहुत है, but let's start from the start. First of all, a big शुक्राना to my very very dear friend Rashmi Bhatnagar Aunty, जिसकी वजह से this beautiful treasure was bakshed to me. She was the zarya to bring me to Guruji, and no gift could have been as invaluable as my connection and introduction to Guruji. So Rashmi Aunty, if you're listening, बहुत बहुत शुक्राना. गुरु पूर्णिमा के दिन कहते हैं कि you should reflect upon all the debits and credits we've accumulated, all the good and bad karmas we have done, and also it's a day of gratitude to our Guru Sahib for every blessing that he has bestowed on us, and to really pray to him to keep us connected with him forever. And that is my prayer to my Guruji today. So my journey with Guruji started in 2012, but as everybody knows and as we've heard that our connection with Guruji is even older than that, maybe from many births. So prior to my introduction with Guruji, I was always on a very religious path. I was a very religious person. From 7th grade, I was very close to my dad, who was into yoga and meditation, and सब जगह उनके साथ में जाती थी. सुबह सुबह शब्द लगा देते थे वो. So I've been hearing this from my childhood. And then, go to the temples all the time. And then I got into Shiv Yoga, Brahma Kumaris. So my path was sab jagah bhatka, but learnt. So that's Guruji's design. He makes you go through a whole journey before he pulls you to him. The Guru actually finds his devotee. And that's what I believe, that after Sab Dham ke chakkar katwaye, there was a time for 7 years in a row, I used to travel to India on December 31st. I would take a flight. On the 1st, I would land in Bombay, go to Shirdi, go to Siddhivinayak temple, and then go to Balaji Mandir. Or jati thi, and then I would come back. And I did this 7 years in a row. And then every Sunday, the Balaji temple here, I would go there, Matha Tekke, I would come. Then I started my Shiv Yoga Yatra, and then Brahma Kumari's Raj Yoga meditation. And then I was into Buddhist chanting for 7 years. And Sensei, our leader in Buddhism, says every 7 years, a person's life changes. And that's what happened to my life. I guess Guruji felt that I was worthy of him now taking me over. So itni paudiyaan chadh ke finally in 2012 February is when I first got a glimpse, and but tab connect nahi hui main. So Rashmi Aunty called me to her house, and she's a good friend of mine. So wo jahan bhi bulayenge I will go, whether I want to be there or not. So she said, I believe in this Guruji, mere ghar satsang hai, and a lot of people from India have come, so please come and join. So I was like, okay. मैं गई वहाँ, गुरुजी का पिक्चर था, मैंने देखा. I said, what are they all doing? And उस दिन, those days I was trying to be on a diet, not have sugar, this, that. तो मीठी चाय मेरे को मिली, and I'm like, okay, I can't drink this. And she's like, no, you have to drink it. And then lots of mithai was given and snacks, and I was literally forced to eat it. So I did that, and in that satsang, there was an auntie who was visiting from India. And we got into a major argument because I was into Buddhism then. We got into a major argument about Buddhism, and her husband also was into Buddhism, and now it's Guruji and Guruji's path. So I left there pretty annoyed with her. And thereafter she called my friend and she said, I want to call Seema for satsang. Will she come? So my friend is like, of course she'll come. So unhone mere ko satsang mein bulaya. I went. But the day I connected with Guruji was July 7th, 2013 in Akbar restaurant. Again, my friend invited me. She said, Guruji ka birthday hai. तब मंदिर नहीं होते थे, घरों में सत्संग होते थे. And she said, Guruji ka birthday hai, please come. And we had a very big Buddhist meeting that time. And I said, I'll come as soon as I can. So I entered Akbar at the very end. Satsang khatam ho chuka tha, sab dance kar rahe the. And I walked in there were lots of people except for my friend. Anyway, मैं गई and she's like, हाँ माथा टेकना है. तो मैंने देखा and I looked at Guruji and I'm like, I don't know why I'm here. Show me. And uthi and tabhi one auntie, Taj auntie came and she tapped me on my shoulder and handed me the Light of Divinity book. So usko maine dekha and I kept it. And then somebody gave me swaroop, somebody gave me lockets, and I didn't know what was going on. And my friend comes to me and she says, where did you get this book from? We still don't have this book. Tumhe kaise mil gaya? I said, I thought sabko distribute ho raha hai. So anyway, she's like, no. उस टाइम मैं घर वापस आई and I felt so book को मैंने side table में रखा. I read it, fell off to sleep, and I had the most beautiful dream ever. It was like Guruji had ignited my entire being. Despite all my religious yatras and whatever I had done, there was always a restlessness within me. Like I had felt I had not really achieved. There was something missing. And that was the day when I woke up that morning. I had many issues going on in my life, financial, relationships, you name it, I was facing it. And when I woke up, I felt everything is gone. It's like, yeah, Guruji had lit me up. I felt I was home. I can't explain that feeling, but that dream that I had is still so vivid. There's a clear pond where you are, flowers are falling, and I felt there's something here. So I looked at his picture when I woke up and I said, Jahan bhi satsang hoga, you get me invited. I'm not going to go looking for it. And the moment I said that, believe you me, I don't know where people found me from. I was traveling to Philadelphia. I know I went to Swati Auntie's house. I went to Long Island, to Rashmi Auntie's house, to Meera Johar Auntie's house. I didn't know any one of them. And I would go sit at the back, go attend the satsangs, and I would come back. And then comes New Year's Eve. Prior to New Year's Eve, Vic uncle, Anurag uncle, they approached me. They said, "Ki hum jagah dhoond rahe hain mandir ke liye, so we would like you to help us with reading the lease and everything." So I said, "Surely," as everybody knows, I'm an attorney. So I didn't hear from them, and then मैंने जब पूछा, they said, "अभी कुछ हुआ नहीं." So I said, "I'll also look, and see what we can do." So with Guruji's grace, in 2013, we started Guruji ka Ashram, which is connected to Bada Mandir. We got the affiliation shortly thereafter. Bada Mandir, this is a branch of Bada Mandir, India. And here we are. So I felt कि Guruji ने मेरे को इतना busy कर दिया था and got me on this journey. So since 2014, totally at his seva. And it's the most blissful journey ever. बहुत blessings मिली हैं गुरुजी के. If I start sharing them, I know all the sevadars will be very upset because it's going to take me a few nights. So I'm going to just handpick a few and share with you, and just show you how Guruji, through his satsang and the experiences that we have, he actually teaches you lessons along the way, which I learned the hard way. And now that I look back, even though he, squeezes you like a lemon, they say nimbu ki tarah nachodte hain, but साथ खड़े रहते हैं, as long as you're paying attention to him and following his hukum. And that's exactly what happened with me. So जैसे हम सुनते हैं मांगो मत मानो, पहले तो लिस्ट लेके बैठ जाती थी मैं, ये चाहिए ये चाहिए ये चाहिए, दिया उन्होंने, and then I regretted asking for a lot of those things. So he shows you that my divine plan, and he showed me that my divine plan for you is the best. And trust me, Sangatji, it is the best. So he also taught me कि हर दुख में सुख देखो, and literally nazariya badal dete, and that's the phase I'm at. I'll literally look at something and I'll pull out the positive and remain in peace. Direct connection. Just connect with him. Kuch bhi problem ho, I just close my eyes, think of him, and trust you me, open my eyes, and some solution will be there. Maybe not what I have thought, but something to get you out of it. And Shukrana. Don't do fikr, बस शुक्र करो और हर चीज में शुक्राना. I've been through a lot of setbacks, ups and downs in my life, but I've never left his feet. Constant shukrana for the good and the bad. Another thing he's taught me is जो चीज करो, जिस भावना से तुम करते हो, is very very important. So हमारी भावना जब हम कुछ कर रहे होते हैं, we have to be very clear. सेवा में जोड़ा गुरुजी ने, सेवा बख्शी, and I'm really really शुक्राना to him for that. सेवा is such a invaluable thing, संगत जी. जब सेवा मिले, करो, टाइमली करो, दिल से करो, चित लगा के करो, and गुरुजी का भंडार खुल जाता है. So many lessons he has taught me, and सिमरन करना, अपना नित्य नियम, all of those things have really helped change my whole attitude, perspective to life. Everything is in how we look at it. We can complain about our situation, or we can rise above it and just go through and trust him, totally surrender. And surrendering to him does not mean कि हम list बनाए और वो fulfill हुआ तो we have listening to us. No, it's his divine plan. Just trust it. And that's where I'm at right now. I don't think of anything. People will ask me, "आप इसका क्या करोगे?" I don't know. Guruji will do it. Another friend of mine who's not Sangat, she's like, "So I'm going to move your house." I said, "Yeah, I want to, but it's all up to Guruji." Guruji क्या करेंगे? नीचे आके थोड़ा करेंगे, आएंगे. He needs me to move, and I know he will do it. So that is the level of trust I have in him. Even with my cases and my professional life, that is the kind of trust I have in him, that any problem, he's blessed so many of my clients, it's not even funny. But today I'm going to share about my health. Since COVID has been so upfront in the news, so many people have lost lives and gone through so much. I really want to do Shukrana to Guruji for everybody's good health. And today I'm standing here only because of his grace and his blessing. जिस astrologer को मैं दिखाती हूँ अपनी पत्री, they will say, "How are you even standing? It's so horrendous." So it's his meher. So when I connected to Guruji, I was suffering from a lot of digestive issues, diverticulitis. I was told by the doctors that you're going to be on medicine for the rest of your life. So जब connect हुई Guruji से, within a few months, that was history. Things were cured. Uske baad I suffered from very, very acute spinal pain, and I could barely sit. जब सत्संग में आती थी, I would sit on the zameen, but when that pain started, it was unbearable. But जब सत्संग में बैठती थी, तो I don't know where that pain would go, and the moment I would get up, it would reappear. And few months went by, and just with faith that Guruji, I went to chiropractic, I went all over, nothing, not a stitch. So eventually I said, Guruji, now it's up to you, aap cure karo. Anil Gunjal uncle के घर एक दिन सत्संग था, and I went little early. I was helping him reshift his darbar and everything. उसके बाद जब सत्संग में बैठी, so in the middle of the satsang, I felt this white light, literally white light and wind. जैसे हवा and white light going through my crown into my body, straight down, and I didn't know what happened. I thought I was imagining it. उसके बाद जब मैं उठी, I don't know where that pain was, and to date, that pain is gone. So his blessing. I really could not sit or stand or do anything. After that, I was suffering from a frozen shoulder for a long time. And एक दिन दरबार में सेवा करते on the and I fell. कुछ मैं कर रही थी, candle or flowers रख रही थी, and I fell really badly. So all the uncles came and they were like all worried कि क्या हो गया. So मैं उठी and I started walking, and my frozen shoulder was gone. It was literally cured that day, and I don't have it anymore. Then COVID comes along, and COVID के समय everybody was locked in their own homes, and I got really very very sick in March, and literally all the symptoms were of COVID, but I just sat in front of Guruji and I said, जो भी है, flu है, जो भी करो, but don't give me COVID. I don't want to go to any hospitals. I'm just sitting at your feet and going to bug you till you cure me. So anyway, रात को सोई मैं, and he comes in my dream and he says, चल चल उठ जा, कुछ नहीं होया, जाके नारियल पानी पी और shampoo change कर, whatever that meant. So next day I woke up, I called my local Indian store and I said, तब तो कोई stores में नहीं जा रहा था. I said, you have नारियल पानी? I'm coming, just throw it in my trunk. So they did that. They put it in my trunk. I came, had नारियल पानी, and I'm looking for shampoos. I had few different types of shampoos. जाके नहाई, used a new shampoo, and within a few hours, I was totally like nothing had happened to me. Then I suffered from a lot of pain from my hip. I was in a lot of pain, and I would take tons of Advil and Aleve before I would come to the mandir so that I was functional. So nobody could even tell there was something wrong, but I knew. मैं सामने बैठती थी, उसके बाद I couldn't sit down. कभी बाहर जाके बैठती थी. So during COVID, one day Sabina Aunty, I don't know if you've heard her Satsang, she texts me. I don't know her. She texts me out of the blue and she sends me her entire Satsang. And her Satsang is, Guruji told her, she had gone first time to him and she said, Guruji, मैं चल नहीं सकती. मेरा waist down, I cannot walk and I have a lot of pain. And Guruji tells her, नहीं होगा. So when I read it, I said, oh my God, maybe that's a message for me. So anyway, I took that. Then Usha Singh Aunty, and then I was like, Guruji, कैसे ठीक होगा? क्या करूँ? And I was trying all sorts of things. I went for therapy, but nothing. Then Usha Singh Aunty के लड़की का एक सत्संग आता है, and जैसे गुरुजी मेरे को बोल रहे पढ़, and the son was suffering with the same kind of pains that I was going through, and गुरुजी ने उनको बोला था कि hot water, cold water के साथ उसको सेक करो, like dip it in cold water, hot water, and then oil से do a lot of massage. So I started doing that, and within a week, 10 days, I was on my way. So he's so amazing. This is how he, cures you. And another, it's very private. It's, I was having a lot of gynecological issues, and he made me, in my dream, he comes and tells me, so the gynecologist has prescribed me something which I was not too thrilled about. And Guruji tells me in my dream, pill. And I'm like, pill kahan se lo? So I called her up and she's like, no, there's no pills. Those are very dangerous and all. And she refused to give it. And he also said, TG wali degi. TG wali. So my first gynecologist, she retired. So I was moved on to a second one. When I went to the second one, I literally had a fight with her because she was refusing to listen to what I was trying to tell her. I said, there has to be some pill you have to give me. Anyway, that didn't work out. So I went to my third one. And when I'm sitting at the third one, I suddenly remembered Guruji ne bola na TG wali. I said, so ye to degi. So she comes into the room and gives me this big lecture about, the regular drugs and then all these alternative therapies. And she's like, these are pills that you should take. I'm like, okay, that's it. So I took that, and, that sort of helped a lot, and it's still helping. So, every day is a miracle, but I'm sharing health satsangs because COVID has been so upfront, and, just pray to Guruji. COVID is nothing. हमारे Guruji COVID से बहुत बड़े हैं. Just pray to him. Just want to share another Shukrana satsang, and it's related to my daughter. So Sabrina, how much time do I have? So Sabrina was in Rutgers at the time in her undergrad, and I used to pray to Guruji कि इसको connect करो. And whenever I would tell her to connect, she would say, that's it, mom. First it was Buddhism, then it was this, then it was this. No, I'm not. I'm not. And उसको मैंने rings बनाई थी, emerald or some ring that I had made her wear, an astrological ring. तो उसकी भी सत्संग है, how Guruji made me remove my rings. एक दिन सत्संग में आई and he said, somebody shared कि rings नहीं पहननी चाहिए, it interferes with Guruji's blessings upon you. So I removed my नाम, मेरे को लग रहा है सबीना ने पहनी हुई है. So I called her up. I said, you know what? Remove that ring. She's like, Mom, stop this drama. You first wear the ring, now remove the ring. I'm not removing it. The next day she calls me and she's like, my finger is itching so badly that she had to herself take that ring off. So Shukrana to Guruji. Meri baat nahi mani, Guruji made her listen. She was looking for internships and this was in undergrad. And she comes home one day very depressed that everywhere I'm applying, I'm getting rejections and it's not working out. It's so tough for youngsters to get a job. So हम दोनों बैठे अपने घर में भी just did satsang. I said, watch कुछ ना कुछ जरिया तो निकालेंगे गुरुजी. And then she gets a call from Louis Vuitton. Okay. She gets a call from Louis Vuitton that we're calling you for an interview. Now she hadn't applied there. So she's like, I don't know how I got this call. I don't know if my professors or somebody sent it. So anyway, she went for the interview and every time she asked them, she never till this day found out how she got that interview. So first we thought it's some prank. I said, जाके देख ले. So she went there, उसको वहीं पर उन्होंने offer कर दिया, but they were going to give her credits, not money. तब लगा गुरुजी क्या है यार, कितनी दूर drive करके जाएगी वो. So next day, she's the only intern actually. They offered her a salary to come and work. And then with her, after her undergrad, 3 offers सामने रख दिए, when nothing was coming forth, and then it was a tough decision to pick. So fast forward, she did well in her undergrad, and after that, she wanted to go for, she got a job with JP Morgan, and she was working there, doing really well, and I was very excited. She did investment banking, she'll make lots of money, but she had her own plan. She's like, Mom, I want to go to law school. I'm like, why? You'll make so much money. She said, no, I want to go to law school. So I said, okay, then you need to leave and go work in a law firm and see whether you like them or not. Anyway, वहाँ गई, and in the meantime, my prayer to Guruji was कि इसकी शादी कराओ. And I wanted to get married by 25. I don't know why I had that thing in my head. I said, Guruji, इसकी शादी कराओ आप 25 में. And her prayer was, I want to go to some Ivy League law school or something like that. And we were both discussing one day. She's like, no, why do you do that? I said, okay, let Guruji decide who he wants to listen to. So we left it at that. And then we got blessed with our beautiful son that I never had, Aruj. They both met in the mandir doing Seeva. And we had the most miraculous, beautiful wedding, all put together by Guruji. That's another Satsang for a different time. How things happened was just amazing. Till this day, when I think back, I have no idea where the money came from, how the things were arranged, because I didn't have that kind of money, and everything was arranged, including buying an apartment for them. So that's totally Guruji's grace. After she got married, then I told her, now go to law school. Let Aruj support you now. So Aruj has been the most amazing son and husband, son to me and husband to my daughter. Could not have planned it better. Totally supportive, loves her dearly, and wherever Aruj is, I love you. So she went to law school. She started law school the same year as she got married. Went to Fordham. She got admission there, and did well. And Shukrana to Guruji. I think day before yesterday, she got her job offer from a very big law firm. So I really want to do Shukrana to Guruji for blessing her and keeping her in his sharan or bas rakhte rahe. Many blessings from Guruji. Shukrana is such a small word. I think our Shukrana to Guruji is to love him unconditionally, to follow his hukum, and to... Another thing he's really shown me is that Guru Parivar is your actual Parivar, and day after day he shows it to me. I've been attending weddings this whole month, and trust me, all I could think of was my Guru Parivar while I was sitting there. It was no fun. So, this amazing family that he has given us, we should cherish. Cherishing our Sangat and Jut Ke Rehna is a gift, and thanks to our Guruji. And that's all I pray for. Guruji, apni seva mein bas rakhna. My life is your seva. Shukrana, Shukrana, Shukrana.